All right, welcome to yogiparks.com. Of course, I'm your teacher, Yogi Parks. Today for this Hatha yoga class, we are going to focus on the neck and shoulders. Last week I was recovering from kind of like a lot of pain and discomfort from an old injury that I had from a few years ago, from when my partner and I were teaching English at an English camp in Thailand. So every once in a while, I think because of stress, probably the way that we're sleeping in this maybe not so great bed here in Amman, Jordan. Typically I like to sometimes sleep on my side, not good for my shoulders. I think stress, a lot of times stress can kind of aggravate this old injury that I have. Of course, when I wanted to really amp up my yoga asana practice, naturally an injury comes along, right? Or pain and discomfort from this old injury. I'd say it's quite humbling. So here we go. We're going to keep it short and sweet. This is a short practice for today. Let's actually start off with child's pose. Just for a brief moment to kind of sink into the practice. So go ahead and bring your knees to about mat width apart, bring the toes to touch, and let's slowly on an exhale send the hips back towards the heels, bring the hands about shoulder width apart in front of you, and let's lower the forehead down onto the mat. I love, when I'm having this kind of shoulder pain, even just taking child's pose and extending my arms out just feels good, like having some movement for the shoulder socket, shoulder joint just feels nice. So even this child's pose is just good. Of course, we're getting a nice extension of the spine, release of the lower back, feels good. Let's take just a few more breaths here. Keep your forehead down onto the mat. I'm just lifting my forehead to make sure that you guys can hear me and my cues. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and slowly bring the hands to the knees. And then it's on an inhale, come to sit up on the heels. And what you're going to do is we're going to just shift over to your left side. And we'll just very slowly bring our feet out in front of us. We're going to start with some neck and head rolls. So in an easy, comfortable Sukhasana position, just like an easy cross-legged position, sitting up nice and straight with the shoulders down, relaxed away from the ears. And even here, like right now, we can bring a little bit of awareness to our spine and to our shoulders. So engaging the core, navel to the spine, belly button to the spine. Right now, I'm drawing my shoulders back and I'm bringing my shoulder blades together almost like as if my shoulder blades are kind of holding a pencil at the back of my heart. Might feel a little funny as we're getting this nice lift in the chest, especially if you're not used to sitting up nice and straight. This might feel strange. It might be a little bit of like kind of tingling or sensation in the body. It feels good. So as we're drawing the shoulders back, make sure you're kind of lifting up that center point of the heart. Chin is just barely slightly tucked, and the neck is nice and long. Okay, so for our first little roll, we're just going to make small circles with the nose. Almost kind of like if you're drinking tea and you have a little like tea saucepan, a little like tea plate to place your teacup on. Making small circles with the nose going clockwise. Make sure you're breathing here, and we'll just gradually make that circle bigger. As we breathe, and let's switch up the direction. So starting off small, now we're going counterclockwise, drawing circles with the nose. Starting off small, imagine again it's like a little tea plate to place your teacup on. And then we'll slowly start to make the circles bigger while breathing. Good. And then let's go ahead and bring the the center, and then we'll do some neck rolls. So now, again, going clockwise, drawing circles with the crown of the head in the sky. While we breathe, and make these circles slow. I need to also remind myself to go slow. It's like one thing that's nice about an injury or pain and discomfort from a past injury is it reminds you to go slow. And let's go ahead and reverse while breathing. Make circles with the crown of the head going counterclockwise. And again, reminding myself to go slow. I noticed that I was picking up my pace, because I'm aware there are things that I want us to do, and I want to be aware of the time. So let's bring the head back to the center. Just watching our time. Okay, perfect. The time just flies by. Time flies by and you're having fun. Okay, so for this next exercise, we're going to go ahead and bring your fingertips to your shoulders. And we're going to draw circles. You can see this theme of drawing circles today. We're going to draw circles with the elbows. So we're going to go first, we'll go clockwise, taking both, well, just ignore that actually. So we're going to go ahead and we'll draw circles, bringing the elbows out. So you want to be aware of, you're going to bring the elbows to kiss and the wrists to kiss as you draw these circles. Really mainly, we'll just actually worry about the elbows kissing. So forget what I said about the wrists. So right now the elbows are going out and we're drawing circles with the elbows. You might notice a little like crunching in the shoulders because typically we hold a lot of stress in the shoulders, and stress in the shoulders, stress in the hips, like neck, shoulders, and hips. And then let's go ahead, when you're ready, let's switch up the direction of the circles. So now I'm drawing my elbows in. And make sure you're breathing here as we draw these circles with the elbows. Maybe a little less crunching, crackling, as we lubricate the shoulder joint, shoulder socket. And then let's go ahead, let's release. And really quickly, we'll just mix it up with a twist. Kind of a little improv. Okay, so for this twist, when you're ready on an inhale, let's bring the left hand to the right knee. So I'm going to scoot a little bit more forward. Okay, inhale, left hand to the right knee. And on the exhale, you'll twist and you'll bring your right hand back behind you, just behind your lower back. And draw your navel to the spine. Make sure you're using your core to twist as you turn and look over your right shoulder. Breathing here, making sure you're sitting up nice and straight in the twist. And on an exhale, let's come back to the center and let's go the other way. So inhale, bring the right hand to the left knee. And on an exhale, bring your left hand back behind you, behind your lower back. Draw your navel to the spine, use your core to twist as you turn and look over your left shoulder. Making sure your weight is evenly distributed on your sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall, even in the twist. Breathing here, even with the upper body constricted. And then let's go ahead on an exhale, let's come back to the center. Okay. So for this next posture, come to a tabletop position. I'm going to kind of barely scoot away from my mat. Okay, so tabletop, hands are underneath the shoulders with the fingertips spread wide. You can press your fingertips into the mat. And then when you're ready, make sure the knees are hip width apart, the feet are hip width apart, and the knees are stacked just underneath your hips. And then we're going to take kind of like in a puppy pose / child's pose position. We're going to do this shoulder stretch. So when you're ready on an inhale, we're going to lift the right arm up. And then on an exhale, we're going to thread the needle, weave the right arm underneath the left. Drop your right ear down just for a moment. And then inhale, we're going to come back up. use your core. Exhale, thread the needle. Weave the right arm underneath the left. Inhale, come back up. Good. Last one. And on an exhale, thread the needle. Weave the right arm underneath the left. This time we're going to stay here. And you're more than welcome to keep the left hand where it is, or just adjusting the sweatshirt. Or if you want to extend the left arm out in front of you, go ahead and do so. Make sure your right shoulder is tucked. And let's just breathe here in this kind of slight twist and child's pose, kind of almost like puppy pose. And we're getting that stretch opening for the right shoulder. Take a couple more breaths. And then on an inhale, let's come back. Come back to the tabletop position. Let's readjust. So again, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's go for it. Again, I have to be careful because I'm feeling any kind of pain and discomfort in my right shoulder, right arm. So if you're feeling any kind of pain or discomfort, make sure to engage other parts in the body to kind of compensate for maybe the pain in that place. So I'm going to really engage my legs and my core. As I inhale, extend the left arm up, and on an exhale, we're going to thread the needle, weave the left arm underneath the right. Inhale, and extend the arm back up. Exhale, weave the left arm underneath the right. Last one. Inhale, come back up, extend the left arm up. And exhale, using your core, thread the needle, weave the left arm underneath the right, and we'll hold here in our kind of child's pose, puppy pose. Little twist in this fold almost, and shoulder opening. Again, option, you can keep your right hand where it is, or if you want to go ahead and extend the right arm out, keeping the right shoulder away from the ear. And let's breathe here for a moment. After all that movement, let's connect back to the breath. Maybe close the eyes here. And then once ready, when you're going to inhale, let's come back. I'm just checking the time. Perfect. And let's go ahead. Let's come back to a seated, easy Sukhasana position. Nice cross-legged position. And we'll do one more exercise. Okay, so really quickly, we're going to go ahead. I want you to bring your hands behind the back of the head, interlace your fingers, and maybe let your thumbs come to kind of rest on the back of your neck. And you're going to open the arms up. Keep the elbows out wide. My timer is going to probably go off in a minute, so be aware of that. Don't let it alarm you. Then we're going to inhale. Keep the arms wide, elbows wide. Engage the core, lift the heart. And then on an exhale, we're going to tuck the chin to the chest. And you're going to bring your elbows in. Coming in just a little bit of a stretch for the back of the neck. Let's go ahead. On an inhale, use your core. Lift the chin slightly up. Open the elbows wide. Exhale, go ahead. Slightly round. Drop the chin to the chest. Drop the elbows down. And let the hands just rest on the back of the head. Getting that stretch for the back of the neck. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, go ahead, tuck the chin to the chest, let the elbows drop. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And let's breathe here. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, release. Let me see, I'll stop our timer. All right, perfect. All right, that was our neck and shoulder class for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys for our next class. Namaste. So much love.